Hey guys, it's Hasi Trades here and welcome to our YouTube channel, Target Line Trading. And in this video, I am going to discuss how you could use different time frames to become a profitable trader in the stock market. I will go over different charts such as small cap charts, IMUX. I'll go over large cap chart as well to explain to you how you could use higher time frames to determine market structure and take intraday scalps, and how I do this in order to become a profitable trader. So guys, if you see here, we've got IMUX and currently on the 1 minute chart. By the 1 minute chart, you could quite clearly see it in a downtrend. This stock actually fell quite a bit. I think it was Thursday or Friday. It had like a 70% fall. So it's on for a dead cat bounce. I'll also have this on my watch list for this coming week. So it's a good way for me to analyze this with you guys right now. So if you look at the first, I'll go through the daily chart, and the reason why I go through the daily chart is to spot key significant levels, major levels of support and resistance. So I'll just look at this chart and see what different levels would be important to consider, but if we do break out to the upside, or what support levels are majorly strong for the support zone. So let's just go over this chart. I'm just drawing out different levels of resistance here. Just drawing these out because I know these will matter as we go ahead in this chart. So I'm drawing up some supports of resistance. So I'll draw a couple more areas that will matter if we do break to the upside. So those are just here. This will be a significant area, 5.59. Draw a couple more areas. So support zone, support you've got. Currently, this will act as resistance at 2.96. Obviously, the daily time frame has an update, so these are significant areas towards the upside. Major levels of resistance and support. So I'll switch over now. Normally I'll switch over to the 4-hour chart to look for any longer term patterns. So currently we've got just getting rid of these. Yeah. Chart's not currently updated on the 4-hour as well, so actually is. So if you look here at the 4-hour chart, it clearly shows we've had a huge drop. So just from here, I think they failed some sort of testings. So again, dead cat bounce is possible for this into next week. A lot of you wondering what is a dead cat bounce. So a dead cat bounce is when there's a drop in shares, a significant drop. So with this, you can see we had like a 70, 60, 70, 80% drop, if not more. Let me check the exact number. We had about around a 78% to 80% drop, which is quite high. So there's been a sudden drop of shares in the stock price. So normally we followed by a dead cat bounce, which we could see on Monday towards this area here. Again, now this daily trend is coming into play on the 4-hour chart. So this is quite clear that we've had this drop. So the 4-hour chart's looking to see if there is any patterns forming normally, but obviously with this, as we've had such a huge drop, there isn't really anything. I'm just drawing this trend line because this is something which could act as, if we do somehow climb to the upside, it could act as key resistance. So it's just sort of drawing these areas of support and resistance. We've got another intraday area, 8.61 zone. So I'm just drawing these. This probably won't matter as much because we might not even get to this level. But let's just say if we do squeeze, or the company come out with some sort of report. But yeah. So then after the 4-hour chart, I'll switch over to the 30-minute chart. I'm just looking for intraday trends to see how quick price action can move. So on the 30-minute, it becomes a bit more clear. Again, we had that level previously, dropped, and now we're kind of forming a bit of a bottom. So from this, I can quite clearly see that we need to bounce off this area to create another bottom, 1.95. Again, this is going to be a significant area into Monday, and we want to break back above this zone of 2.5, another key area. So we're going to break out this consolidation or drop zone. But yeah, if we do break below 1.95, we'll probably get down to this 1.5 area. Again, a psychological area of support. But yeah, I'm just looking at the higher time frames. But this is a bit more difficult to look at the higher time frames because it's obviously dropped so much. So yeah, then I'd switch over to the 5-minute and I'd try to look for a pattern, intraday patterns. We're probably forming a bit of a morning star pattern here. So I just want to see this candle close bullish. But yeah, I'm just looking for a pattern to see if you could spot anything important. So I'll just look for downtrends. So we had rejection of that quite a bit with the support and resistance. So these are just smaller levels of support and resistance. So what I want is back up of this 2.16 area. Why would I want it back up this area? Because you can quite clearly see we've broken this area before, which turned into an area of support previously, and now it's acting as resistance. If we do reject off here, and if you are a short, you could play this as a short, back down on 2.16. So look for rejection on the 5-minute. But if you're long, you want to wait for a 5-minute close above 2.16. But yeah, I'm just looking for levels which will come into play. So another level is, this is just a downtrend on the 5-minute. Again, a level I'd want to break on the 5-minute. And I'd switch over to the 1 for entries. But yeah, I'm just looking for patterns. So if I look here as well, we try and form a double bottom just here, right by here. Yeah, I know my major level. This is a major level of support, which I mentioned on the 4-hour chart. So we have a bit more support there. So now these are minor levels of support, key to consider. And then I'd switch over to the 1-minute chart and look for more intraday patterns, forming a double bottom. I'd watch for downtrend breaks. I'd watch for any like falling wedges, ascending triangles, or anything which might help to add confluence. Watch for hammer candles. Really, I want to see this make new higher lows. So what I want here is, so now I know that 2.16 is significant levels. So we're consolidating here. If we do drop back down here, we could probably make a double bottom on the 1-minute chart. Again, I knew this is a good level of support, the 5-minute. But let's just say we do drop, create a bit of a, we drop here, back to the level of support. What I want is, I want us to create a higher low, so we remain bullish. So I wouldn't want to drop this low, but what I want us to go here, so I'll show you. Just give me a quick second. So I want it to kind of drop here. So hold this area as support, so we get that next leg up. So I'm using analysis which Wyckoff made, Wyckoff accumulation, where we go up in waves. So this is the first wave. We might have a little drop here, hold this as support. On the 1-minute, this is considered as a minor level of support. Drop here and make a new high. Yeah, if you could do that, we could bet 2.16, we remain bullish. So if you do want to look for entries on this into next week, and you want to play this as a dead cat bounce, this is your area, 1-minute level. Yeah, I like to switch over on the bigger time frame just to spot bigger levels of support and resistance to see if any patterns are forming on the higher time frames. So let's say, for example, on the 30-minute chart, I could spot one head and shoulder pattern, which is a bearish pattern, and I want to make a trade on the 1-minute. Of course, I can make a trade in the 1-minute, but it's probably advised you shouldn't because you're playing against the trend. However, let's say on the 30-minute, we're forming a symmetrical triangle. On the daily, we broke a key major level of resistance. Then on the 1-minute, we feel more confident to trade. So it all adds to a confluence. It's key to consider that, guys. And now I'm going to analyze a large cap for you guys. So even on the large caps, it's quite clear to see why these levels are so important. A lot of the option players will probably tell you why they use daily levels and they spot these key trends. So look, if you look here on the daily, you spot a gap fill, a major level of previous support and outer resistance. This is the Tesla chart. So this 260 level would be quite important. But yeah, they just look at the daily, they're looking at the daily, and look again on the daily, we quite clearly see this is another major level of support. Why is this a major level of support, guys? If you look down here, held this. Let's look here. Again, we held this, made a high low, broke up, held, broke down. So if you're an option trader or you're a short trader, in that sense, you can play puts. What I'd wait for is I'd either wait for us to go and test this 260 line. If we test this 260 line and we reject, I'd show it get put back down to this area of 205. But if you get above the 262 area, I'd go long towards 300 and 310. So yeah, these are major levels on the daily. You don't need to chart as. So look, if you look here again, this is a daily level. Just look, to make sure you zoom out the chart as well, which is probably a common mistake a lot of people make. With the charts like this, and also if it's a bit crowded, I'd look at the monthly chart. So the monthly chart is quite good for large caps. So if we look here, around the major level 178, then this is a huge level to the upside, 360. And then again a major level support 206. Again, we already marked, I think we marked that on the daily, so we got that right. So 206 is a huge level. You could probably long as well. If you get above VWAP, maybe you could long this to the gap fill to 262. Wouldn't be surprised if we do fill that gap. We might come back down after. But obviously with this you have to keep an eye on SPY. But look, as you can see, monthly gave me a bit more of a bigger time frame to look at, bigger levels of measure, support and resistance, supply and demand, etc. And then in the 4-hour chart, I'm gonna look at the 4-hour chart. You don't really need to look at the 4-hour chart for this, but if you were to, you could probably spot better entries if you were long for a few days. So we're looking at formula, maybe you could go long here. I'd wait for more confirmation above probably this area. Probably this 215 area if you go get above. The first target is 220, then you got this other 220, and then you got this other area here, 237, then you got this 260 area. But yeah, then I switch over. Normally I switch over to the 30-minute. Again, you can see about 30-minute. This is trying to make new highs, not new highs, but new. Wants to fill this gap here around 220. So yeah, if you want to go long on the double bottom, you can. For a quick scalp or a quick option trade. But yeah, I like using the higher time frames to kind of show that we could use major levels of support and resistance. I look for entries based on that, and I recommend every single person to practice this. 1 minute, 5 minute, 30-minute, 4-hour, daily, monthly, whatever is your niche. Find what you're good at. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions on what else I should record, let me know. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, join me on my Twitter, Hassi Trades. Follow Tiger on his Twitter, Tiger and Trading. Follow our TikToks. It's all going to be in the description. But yeah, we'll get out more content for you guys to help you guys. I'll look to do more. I'll look to do a few live streams on here in the future. But yeah, thank you guys very much for joining, and have a great rest of your trading day. Thank you very much, guys.